What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ Player Profiles. Today we're going to focus in on Winnipeg Jets defenseman Zach Bogosian, former Peterborough Pete, third overall pick of the then Atlanta Thrashers back in 2008 behind great players Drew Doughty and Steven Stamkos, and right before another great player, Alex Pietrangelo. But let's talk a little bit about Bogosian. Played at Cushing for 2 years, obviously being a Masshole, I'm pretty familiar with that school. Good school, good hockey program. I got coached up by Ray Bork while he was there. No better way to show a defenseman how to play the game than have another grade 77 show you a thing or two. After playing 2 years at Cushing, went up to the Peterborough Petes after being selected 19th overall in the OHL selection draft. Had a pretty good rookie year out there with 33 points in 06-07. And then this next year's draft year, 07-08, had 61 points in 60 games, and was the only defenseman in the OHL to lead his team in scoring. And still utilized his big 6'3", 215 frame to keep opposing players honest and play a sound two-way game up there. Made Atlanta at 18, and had a solid rookie year despite injuries. Had 19 points in 47 games. Was a plus 11 on an otherwise abysmal Atlanta Thrashers team. The next year had tied a franchise record for most goals by a defenseman with 10 goals in 81 games, and I had 23 points, and was a minus 18. Not exactly what you're looking for. Was banged up that year. That's why he was off to a wicked hot start. He had like 4 goals on his first 9 games, and then kind of cooled off a bit due to thumb and wrist injuries. I think that kind of played a role in him not making the U.S. Olympic team that year. I think at 19 he would have been on that team, and he would have played had he not been banged up. Been a key contributor. Last year in Atlanta, still another so-so offensive season. And this year in Winnipeg, he's already set a career high in assists, and he's got 21 points, so he's 2 points off his career high. And he's really starting to blossom. At 21 years old, when these kids get in the NHL at 18, you're expecting him to be Bobby Orr overnight, and that doesn't happen. He just oozes offensive capabilities. He's been a great player everywhere he's played. And, I think Winnipeg fans are in for a real treat once he starts to refine his two-way game and, develop some more consistency offensively. And I think that's the nature of the beast with maturing young players. I think you're so quick to point out Doughty and Stamkos' early success and say, well, why isn't he doing that? It's not fair. Stamkos especially is the exception to the rule. You're not supposed to score 50 goals at 19. I'm sorry. I mean, that he's on another planet of how good of a hockey player that he is. But I think he'll be a solid number one defenseman for years to come in Winnipeg. He came from a great system in Peterborough, got coached up by Ray Bork, name escaping me, and he's got a great future. And I think you're so quick to rush these guys to the NHL, and then not only rush them, but expect the world out of them at a young age. And he just wasn't, like I said, wasn't ready. He could play, he just couldn't play at the level that people affix to being the number 3 overall pick in the draft. It isn't fair, which is not fair. When you're a teenager, you're a teenager. It doesn't matter if you went third or 303rd. It's you got to develop. You got to physically fill your frame and develop more. And I think he's going to do that. And in 2014, I look for him to be a big part of the U.S. Olympic team. I think they could use his size and two-way acumen as well as his booming shot. And I think the town of Massena in New York will be proud of their native son doing well for the U.S. at the WJC. He's actually the first player of Armenian descent to play in the NHL, which is pretty cool. I think he had Armenian Pride Night against L.A. his rookie year. I think he had 2 assists, and that was his first multi-point game of his NHL career, which is pretty cool, I think, anyway. I think 2 or 3. I think I had 3, I forget. I remember watching that game in the package, and I looked real good. And, I think it's a good thing for Armenians, people of Armenian descent. You don't have to be those bad people known as the Kardashians to be, an established good person of Armenian descent. I think there's the same way with Shanahan to the Irish Catholics of the world, and I don't like affixing race to guys, but, I think when you break through a boundary like that, it's pretty cool, and I think it should be celebrated. I think it can also show that, like I said, Armenians are good people, not just people that whore themselves out for fame. But that's it. I had to throw a shot at those people. I can't stand them, as many of you know. That's it for this episode of the Power Play with CJ on Winnipeg Jets defenseman Zach Bogosian. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season. Later, guys.